Been a minute. Back again. Wild Willie here with some wild ideas for you. Woo! I'm on the bangs! So, all right, aging gracefully and growing in spirit. So, why is it important to age gracefully? Well, that's what it's all about, you guys. Like, I'm 36, I'm slamming energy drinks. Like, that's not very graceful. When you're like 20, 18, 19, 20, 21, that seems like that's acceptable behavior. But when you're 40, I don't know about it. 36, I don't know about it. It's like drinking alcohol. You know, like in society, like I think it's implicitly deemed somewhat acceptable for people in a certain time age range to like go experiment, go binge drink, like college. That's what college is all about. Go binge drink. I mean, but then after a certain point, like when you become 40, 50, you're just an alcoholic. It's not becoming, right? It's not becoming of age. Like, you know, nobody wants to be old and peeing in their shoe, or like, you know, that's undignifying, you know? Like, like nobody wants to be in their 70s having the insight of, oh, I should have taken care of myself better because I'm on dialysis. That's not becoming, that's not gracefully aging, right? So anyways, I got a board. It's going to tell you all about it. Okay, so let's just get to it. Oh, first things first. I want to challenge you all out there, my small number of people who maybe consistently watch my videos. I want to challenge you guys to ask me questions. And I want to challenge you guys to come up with things that make me reaffirm my position on this stuff. You know, I want questions. I want prompts. I want challenges, man. Topics. I want that stuff. If you're out there, give me something to talk about, because I'm just waiting until 5 a.m, all up all night, trying to come up with some of this stuff. And it's crazy. So give me some direction here. I'm in water. I need a riverbed, man. All right, so let's get to this board here. I'm going to just zoom in right on it. So here we go. All right, you guys seen this stuff before. On the bottom here, we got the chakras. I took these from Ken Keyes' book, Handbook to Higher Consciousness. I changed faith. It was cornucopia. I changed it to faith, and I also changed, this was conscious awareness. I changed it to concentration. It's the same deal. This is cosmic consciousness in his book. I changed it to insight. Now, the reason why I changed cornucopia to faith, I'm going to talk about that for just a second. Now, cornucopia, if you think about cornucopia, it's like, it's a feast of great abundance, right? It's a feast of great abundance. But if you think about from love going to conscious awareness, like on the road of selfishness to the realization of, oh, everything is equally beautiful with love, going to concentration, we can create a stopping point in between. And so here the destination is all about, here it's all about the destination, me, where I'm going, where I'm going to arrive at, right? And then at love, we start to see that, oh, love is the destination. Love is the destination. I don't need to be this. I don't need to go here. I don't need to do that. So once we realize love is the destination, then life starts to become like focused on the journey, right? It stops becoming about the destination. It starts to become about the journey. So with that, there's a shift in energy. I got to go through the ages, but I'm just first explaining why I changed this to faith. There's a shift in the energy, and the shift is I wake up one day and I don't know what my life is going to look like. I don't know what the future is going to look like. I don't know what today is going to look like. I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. With conscious awareness, it doesn't matter. We're just in this moment right now. This moment right now. This moment right now. But going from love to this moment right now, there's kind of this period where you know what? Maybe I had some idea. I had a vision. I had a desire over here. What I wanted my life to look like. And at some point, there's a shift. I don't know what my life's going to look like. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds. And that's faith. That's faith because you wake up, you go to sleep, given the assumption that you will wake up tomorrow. And that is faith. That is faith. And now cornucopia, the faith that Ken Keyes picked, it's really blown out. It's really big. It's a really large example of faith because you are cultivating gratitude and appreciation for a feast of great abundance. Even though you might not have what you consider to be great abundance, you're not at the destination that you sought out in your mind, right? But anyways, so faith works as a mechanism to connect love and conscious awareness. And faith is a point in the life. Anyway, so all these chakras are points in the life because if we can experience the energy in one chakra at any given time, it's fractally sound then that each period of the life we will be ascending chakras throughout the life. So I added ages. 0 to 12, that's the security center, the chakra of security. We're mainly concerned with being taken care of by our family. And then we turn 13, we enter into puberty. Our bodies starts to mature at this rate. We're in sensation. We start to experiment, do all these things. 24 to 36, that's power. When we start making decisions about our life, choosing who we're going to marry, choosing what our life is going to look like, careers, families, all that stuff. 36 to 48, we're living in love, man. We are living in love. We realize that love is the destination. There's no other destination. Faith, 48 to 60. Concentration, 60 to 72. Really just sitting on the porch thinking about the weather. Insight, 72 to 84. And this is where the question comes in, right? Do I want to be this person that has the insight when I'm 70 plus years old, 80 years old, that says I should have taken better care of myself? That's a situation that gets at this. Aging gracefully and growing in spirit. So we're going to get into this stuff here I got to understand this, right? So if you think about time doesn't exist, okay? You just wake up, you go to sleep. You wake up, you go to sleep. Like you get a chance. Every day is like a new chance, right? But the body is time. Why is the body time? Because it's growing on this. It's going on this timeline. It has an expiration date. If you live a long, full life, made it to 84, you can die at any moment. Any of us can die at any one of these moments, and we might not ascend. But right. The body has a timeline. It has an expiration date. So time exists relative to the body in terms of it dying and expiring. But other than that, time don't exist. So in a sense, the energies, the flow of the life is happening. And whether we're moving with that in the other dimensions of emotions and intellect, which are byproducts of the body, that is kind of the question of aging gracefully and growing in spirit, right? So let's look at this. Emotions is a byproduct of the body, right? That's the second dimension of the body, right? And I put awareness and experiences in here in exclamation or in parentheses. Why do I put that? Well, because you need to have an experience to have an emotion. Like if you're sitting alone in a room and you're feeling bored, the emotion is boredom. That's the experience. You have to have an awareness of the experience and the emotion that's happening, right? So the intellect deals with concepts. The intellect deals with concepts, right? A byproduct of the intellect is the identity, who I think I am, who I think of myself, what I think of myself. That's not so real, but concepts can be very helpful. Okay, so development in these areas. That's all I'm going to talk about on that stuff. But anyways, development in these areas. Well, you need emotional intelligence. And that's development, right? You need intellectual intelligence. That's development. Conceptual intelligence. That's development in those areas. If you develop those areas, you grow in your spirit. You grow your spirit. If you have a big spirit, a strong spirit, you will have integrity, you will have joy, enlightenment, and you will have awareness. See, and awareness is connected to intellect. Joy is connected with emotions. Integrity is connected with the body. You see? That's what your spirit is. And your spirit is grown through gaining and developing and nurturing intelligence in these two areas. So if you want to move along this timeline with the body's moving, your emotional, your intellectual, i.e. spiritual growth has to be dependent on the effort you put into these dimensions. But since we know what spirit is, because I just told you what it is, you can also work on developing these areas in your life to grow along this timeline too, right? So have experiences, create experiences where you have emotions. Experience your emotions. Become aware of your emotions and your experiences. Okay, art. Art is great for this dimension, right? Do art. Learn about some art form and do it. That's a good way to gain positive emotional awareness and experience of emotions through art, through therapy. Therapy is a great way to learn about your emotions. That's a great way. All right, what else? We're going to move on to intellect. All right, intellect. Read a book. Man, read a book. Learn about concepts. Learn about principles of truth and the laws of nature. Not what you think. Watch, check this out. In my body, rock and roll feels good. So what the mind does, 1 degree of intellect, this is like the lower degree of intellect, it says, well, because rock and roll makes me feel good, I'm a rock and roll star. That's crazy. But that's how identity works. So how do we conceptualize rock and roll? Well, what is rock and roll? What does rock and roll do for me? What is the relevance of it in my life? You ask these questions, right? Well, rock and roll has no significant relevance in my life. What is it? It's not who I am. I'm not a rock and roll star. It's just an art. It's a medium of artistic expression. All right, it's a medium of artistic expression. So learn an instrument. There you go. And then the lower. That's the conceptual higher mind. The lower mind says, "Well, I'm an artist." No, just learn an instrument. Create an experience for yourself. Develop integrity, right? So that's intellect. Develop integrity. Learn an instrument. Learn an instrument. That's kind of like a combination of the two. Like, it's spirit dimension, right? Spirit's what carries us through this, right? Spirit is what carries us through this. Grow your spirit. So, learning an instrument, that's hard work, man. I'm going to quit, man. Write music. Learn a song. That's hard work, okay? I'm going to run a marathon. Whoa! I want to run a marathon. There's a lot of emotions involved in a marathon. A lot of work. Not so much intellectual work. It's an experience. It's an experience. It's going to bring up a ton of emotion. Pain, fear, anger, joy. It's going to bring it all up. Man, it's going to bring it all up. So complete it. Do it. Integrity is the completion of tasks. When you complete a task, you develop integrity in yourself. This video, we're kind of looking at, I don't know if you figured this out yet. We're kind of looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 ways, 7 ways to grow your spirit. That's what we're talking about. Ooh. So develop your integrity. Develop your emotional intelligence. Develop your conceptual intelligence. And I'm not talking about your idea of who you think you are. I'm talking about principles of truth and laws of nature. That's what I'm talking about. So we're at integrity. Develop your integrity. This is body. Okay, next one, emotions, joy, enlightenment. Well, I got a twofer right here. If you want to develop awareness and joy and enlightenment, meditate, man. Ooh, you need to meditate. You don't always need to meditate to be able to access authentic feelings of joy. I'm telling you what, the best way to do it that I know, combining these two into one, is meditation. Your awareness and enlightenment is meditation, okay? Meditation on your breath. Meditation on experiencing the emotions of your own body. Man, you can connect all the... I should draw a circle, like you could draw a circle right there like that. That's meditation, right? Integrity, that's involved in that too. You know, anyways, do that. All right, we're going to move on here. Now, there's another way. And it goes along the line with the life. Faith is a period in the life. It's an energy center in the life. Jesus, man. Why Jesus? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know. You're not watching Wild Willie's videos with his wild ideas, learning these ways to grow your spirit. You're lowly in heart. You're down in your spirit, whatever. You get with Jesus, man. You do what he says. You use integrity to do what he says. You use your intellect to understand the Bible. You read the Bible, which takes integrity. You know what? And you gain access to the Holy Spirit. And what does the Holy Spirit do? Holy Spirit nurtures your own spirit. It refreshes your spirit. You grow your spirit that way. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying here? Because the thing about life is, as we grow up, we have negative emotional experiences. And when we have negative emotional experiences, it damages our spirit. We do things, we run into people, they do things, we don't have a strong sense of who we are. I mean, I think everybody to some degree, lesser or greater, doesn't know, So these things happen and they damage our spirit. Bam, 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 right? So we gotta keep growing our spirit so we can go in line with this flow of the life, right? Because we don't want to be that 36-year-old slamming bangs, okay, guys? We want to age gracefully. We don't want to be peeing in our shoe over here, okay? Anyways, all right, let's see did I get everything? I don't really know how that went. All right, see you guys, I need some direction. I need you all to challenge me and ask questions and give me some topics. Otherwise, this is what you get. All right, I got to do stuff, so I'll talk to you later.